In an extraordinary and somewhat backhanded yet polite rebuke of Boeing, Emirates Airline President Sir Timothy Charles Clark said he hopes to have, quote, a grown-up conversation in the coming months with Boeing over the 777X widebody to gain more visibility on the new airplane's delivery timeframe and performance. Wait, what did he just say?
Damn!
That's next on Maximus. Greetings everybody, Maximus here. I've been a little busy the past few weeks, so I haven't been able to upload as many stories as I'd like, but I'll be back at it later this week. This short news story, however, jumped out at me. I find it amazing that Emirates President Tim Clark would have to publicly, yet politely as is his nature, call out Boeing for basically continuing to duck his questions as to when Emirates will get their new 777Xs. Sir Tim chooses his words carefully, and the fact that he publicly, at an aviation conference with other airline heavyweights within earshot, made it a point to say that he wants to have, and I'm quoting here, a grown-up conversation, means he feels and wants other industry leaders to know that he is not dealing with men and women at the highest levels at Boeing, but rather it feels to him as if he's dealing with children. I mean, how else can you interpret the statement that he wants to have an adult conversation any other way? Am I wrong? Let me know down below. But just think about that. The president of Emirates Airlines basically called Boeing managers children. So then, coming from a gentleman like Tim Clark, who I said always chooses his words carefully, it's not a leap to understand how he really feels. He's obviously not happy at all about the way Boeing's been treating him the past few years. I have to give Tim Clark a lot of credit, because if I was in his position, I wouldn't be so polite with Boeing anymore. It's been too long. I really don't understand Boeing's strategy here. It seems like Tim Cook and Emirates are very willing to cooperate with Boeing, and surely they have been patient so far, over a decade to be exact. But for some reason, Boeing isn't being open with Emirates about what is actually happening with the progress or lack thereof with the 777X. Emirates Airlines was the original launch customer for the 777X with an initial order of 150 planes announced at the Dubai Air Show back in November of 2013. And they deserve better from Boeing. Emirates built their future business model around these planes being in the air by now, yet they aren't. They aren't even built yet, and Emirates may not see the first plane delivery of their launch order until 2024 at the earliest. At the Aviation Festival virtual conference this month, Clark said we got very much involved in the design of the aircraft back in early 2010, yet we have no visibility either on delivery or on performance at this stage of the game. The first flight test took place in July of 2018, and here we are now in April of 2021. These test flights must have given them evidence of what the aircraft can do, and we'd very much like to see it, he said. That's a powerful statement from Clark. He's saying back in the beginning in 2010, when Boeing was looking for the big deposit from Emirates, they involved them deeply in the process. But basically, Emirates has been in the dark since Boeing cashed the check. Clark is saying that Boeing surely has data, either good or bad, but they haven't seen it yet. He's confirming that since they first rolled out the new 777X from the hangar and showed it off a bit, Emirates has been in the dark on the progress of the plane since 2018. Then again, Clark reiterated his belief that the airline still would not be getting its first 777X in 2023 as scheduled, and that Boeing will push back deliveries even further to 2024 or beyond. Meanwhile, Emirates originally expected to receive its first 777X in 2020. Clark said he didn't know whether the aircraft's design or its new GE9X engines have presented problems, though he understands that the 777X's certification process will face more regulatory scrutiny due to the Boeing 737 MAX crisis. But my question is Boeing not embarrassed that Tim Clark is publicly saying Emirates is in the dark with zero information on the progress of their flagship aircraft or its highly publicized world's biggest GE9X engines? Regulators across the world will no longer use the previous good-for-all approach and will look at the aircraft and how it was built before certifying it, he noted. Clark said he was told some of the 777X's systems have not met EASA's expectations and will have to be changed. But told by who is the question? Not by Boeing, obviously. Clark said once Emirates gains more visibility regarding the 777X's delivery and performance, the airline will decide whether to convert a larger part of the order into 787s. Okay, I have some thoughts here. Look, I get it. All new plane launches have problems and delays. Sometimes very lengthy delays. And Emirates and Tim Clark know this better than most. However, what they're not used to is the total lack of communication from Boeing, leaving Emirates literally to have to gather information from sources on the street or Boeing leaks that occasionally dribble out. So then I have to ask Boeing and CEO David Calhoun, seriously, what are you doing? Tim Clark is just about the last friend you have in the industry, and you're treating him and one of your biggest customers like this, especially after the whole Max disaster. It makes no sense why Boeing is acting like a guilty boyfriend at the strip club ignoring his girlfriend's text messages. It makes zero sense. Unless the problems with the 777X are far worse than Boeing is letting on. So in closing, as I leap off my soapbox, I have a message for you, Sir Tim Clark, who is obviously not Sicilian like yours truly, because I would have run out of patience a long time ago. Sir Tim, you might want to schedule some lunch dates with Airbus and invite a lot of photographers. That should get Boeing's attention. After all, it worked out pretty good for Southwest. Well, that's all I have for now. What do you think? Is Boeing hiding something? Or is the 777X just experiencing typical problems that happen to all new aircraft? Let me know down below. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and ring the bell. And as always, remember, leave the rubber on the runway and your troubles on the ground. And I will see you next time in the air. Yeah, this Maximus.